and we walked by each other. And as we did, you know how you do the whole arm up in the air, swings around, pops somebody on the ass business? Well, he was doing that, and he thought he was being cute. And let me tell you something. I don't know if it was the clothes I was wearing. I don't know if it's just the momentum he picked up as he swung that arm around and popped me in the ass, but he popped me in the ass hard. Like, it stung and it burned, and I'd had a really rough day, and I turned around and I just started swinging. Okay, because I was hurt and I was gonna swing. And I'll have you know that man put his hand on my head and held me back while I just completely, don't swing me in the ass anymore. You are not allowed to touch my ass. And he laughed the whole time. And it just made me madder. There's a big difference in that kind of
that's totally
relationship banter. And
right?
I'm decking some bitch in the jaw because she lipped off to me. There's a difference.
There is a difference, yeah. There's a difference between that and maybe not getting what you want in a relationship and, and thinking, hey, the way I'm going to handle it is, I'm going to use my woman powers and beat up a man.
But can we say that a man has the ability to not really be hurt by a woman hitting him?
I kind of think that's bullshit. I
think some women absolutely can. Like, I think there are definitely some women
some men actually die at the hands of a woman.
This is true. There's probably a lot of men that die at the hands of women.
My brother had a girlfriend who apparently was a little bit of a scrapper, and he said they were in a bar one day, and people that didn't know, a woman hit some guy. So his girlfriend said, you really shouldn't do that because he can't hit back. And she said something smart to her brother's girlfriend. He said my brother's girlfriend hit her so hard, she slapped up against the wall and just slid down the wall. She could. So yeah, women can hurt men for sure.
Yes, but I don't think in the context.
In your case, it was actually a little funny. And that
oh my God,
on domestic violence.
It makes it so much worse when you're mad and you want to hurt.
That is insane.
Wait, what?
The boyfriend's black. The boyfriend was black. So all she needed was a whip. All she needed was a whip to be a slave master. Yeah, that's what I told her in the back channel today.
I think she has built up aggression because that man has yet to divorce his wife, and she likes to believe that they are a we, not an I.
They're divorced.
They're divorced.
She told me they weren't.
No, they are divorced. Yeah, they are.
Oh, he still won't marry her, so maybe that's what pisses her off.
He's not going to marry a slave master. Is he cray-cray?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Dips, your story, I mean, I get it. He didn't mean to hurt you, but he hit you hard, so you swung at him, but he probably
I repeatedly swung at him. I was leaning on his chest as much as I could make contact with him holding me back. But I was bad. I was so bad.
Like a little T-Rex.
I wanted him to say ow, and he just laughed at me and just made it worse. Made me more violent. Don't laugh. It's not funny.
He was
Put a handprint on my ass.
Look, guys are much stronger than women, and I don't believe just because a woman hits a guy that a guy has a right to knock her out. But at the same time, I don't think women. In your case is different, Tips. That was something different. But women shouldn't put their hands on men because it's just like I said, they can't hit back. And I know women who I know another one who would hit the boyfriend with a phone over the head, So I know a lot of some crazy shit.
In all seriousness, as a woman, and I mean, I taught my daughter this. I've taught my boys, we don't hit women. You don't hit women. You are much stronger than them. But I also taught my daughter, you don't hit men because you know what? When you hit a man, you step into a man's shoes and you don't know what man is going to choose to hit you back. And if he chooses to hit you back, he's going to hurt you. Mm-hmm. He's going to hurt you,
I'm not going to lie. There's a way a woman would hit, and I'm hitting back, bro. I'm
My water,
all
you
the
don't
way
hit
back.
men.
All the way back, like, and I'm not stopping.
What do you mean
It's
you're
gonna
not
take a lot.
stopping?
Oh, I'm not stopping. I'm gonna
then I got-
beat her to the pulp. If she took a phone to my head, I'm beating her to the pulp. Don't you dare.
Okay, there's
Don't
a
try.
difference between defense and then
Yeah,
harm.
legally as well.
right.
Yeah. Because when you hit me on the head, that's defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, if she hits you, if she punches the shit out of you, I feel like a blowback is debatable.
Oh, it's not
But
gonna be
like
an equal blow.
going further than that, I think is where the line is for.
Of course, and legally,
Clearly.
yourself to that, absolutely.
Right, that's not you defending yourself. That's
Right.
you harming them.
That's where the line is. Okay. That's
No,
No,
I'm
but
saying, like-
legally, Seneca, if she hit you with a headphone and you beat her to a pulp, you would absolutely be in jail.
Right.
I would. Dang.
Yes.
So if she hits me over the head with the phone,
Right.
If
You
you're not
can
defending
claim
yourself, beating her
that
to a
you can
pulp.
claim domestic violence. You can claim assault if she hits you.
but she
You
will be
can
in
claim
jail.
self-defense if you are
No. I don't want to claim.
hitting
I
her
wanna-
off
I
of
want to
you.
hit her 10 times.
I'm just saying.
Right, that's
I'm
not.
just saying,
that's not
like,
how
there's a
self-defense
difference between self-defense for someone assaulting you,
I agree.
and then also assaulting them to the point of possible death or severe
Well,
injury.
my self-defense is assaulting them to the point of possible death.
Okay, I'm just informing you of
that's
that
fine.
self-defense.
Yeah. If somebody in the street pushes you,
Seneca, just stop talking. Stop talking.
Yeah, if
I
somebody in the
know,
street
you're incriminating yourself.
Yeah, if somebody pushes you on the street and you take a cinder block and smack them over the head, guess what? You're gonna be in big fucking trouble.
Right.
If someone pushes me on the street, I'm gonna ask them, why did you push me on the street? If a woman takes a phone to my head because she thinks I'm not gonna hit her back, oh, she's in a world of trouble.
Very personal.
Yikes. Yeah.
Very
This is like
specific.
journal worthy. Like, is this in your diary?
And,
This sounds very personal and very specific.
Yeah. Have you been hit by a woman before, Seneca?
Head, but with a phone.
Yes, I have, but you know what? I did not hit back, and
Yeah.
really, it's because like I had compassion. You know what I mean? I just cut her off. I think she was gonna do shit. I just cut her off. I got a protection order against her. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
If she took a phone to my head that day, oh, she probably would have been almost dead or crippled. I'm like twice her size. I'm a big dude. I do push-ups every morning. I'm really muscular.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you don't hit a man.
Of course, I'm saying I agree with you.
Yeah, so if any women are thinking, oh, it's cool if I mean, Serendipity's case is different, that they're married, that they're doing things and just tapping each other's butt, that's different. Okay, she had a bad day.
No, I don't think Bima's story was funny at all, personally.
Exactly. The fact that we laugh about it because it's a woman is insane.
Yeah, I agree.
I would beat her to the pulp, blood and everything.
Well, her story made me think
around
of my
this
story
ad.
when I went after my husband, and I was like, oh yeah, I
But
remember
that is not the same thing.
Smacked
No,
my
it's
ass
not.
so hard.
That is
What
not the
did
same
Bima
thing.
say? What did Bima say?
That she got upset. She was upset in her relationship. She wasn't getting what she wanted. She said, you know, I'm not going to leave the relationship. I'm going to hit and hit and hit and hit. And it went on and on and on and on and on. And he hit him here. She hit him here. And she would not stop. Why? Because she thought she would not get hit back. Man, I would knock her into Gibraltar, then pull her back like Mortal Kombat. Get over here. And then knock her into Mars.
I'm laughing because of Mortal Kombat, but that's not funny either.
No, it was funny when she said it. She was laughing. Oh, so
Well, I
it's
wasn't
funny when
laughing.
we-
Yeah, but this is a different context right now,
Now
bro.
it's different. Oh, no.
We're different now.
Oh.
She's not here. I didn't hear the story.
Domestic violence is funny. That's what I learned
No, I
yesterday.
mean- Oh, no. I don't know about that.
No?
Is that what you heard?
That's what I heard. Domestic violence
That's-
is funny.
See, I didn't take it like that.
She was laughing.
I took it as her being in that same kind of like just emotional spot that I was at. I was just like, I mean, obviously, I would never really want to hurt my husband.
And
I
you didn't hurt him.
reacted.
You didn't hurt him, yeah.
I reacted, but I mean, I made contact. I'll
But
beat
it's
it.
different. He made contact with you and you just kind of got annoyed and hit him back. She was laughing when she said it. She was telling it like it was a funny story. Like, I just got so mad I started pounding on this guy. That's the way she told it. It was a little disturbing.
Because that was an option in the poll. When you're hanging on, when something hurts, does it hurt more to hang on to it, to let it go, or to punch someone? That was the option in the poll.
Maybe, but
Yeah,
that's
and
what
that is
led
my
to.
option. I can call the police and say she is hitting me. I can walk away from the relationship, or I can beat her to the
Yeah,
pole.
maybe
And
the
that was an
pole
option
is
in the poll.
appropriate
So
too.
I'll choose as a man to beat her to the pole because that's an option in the poll.
Okay. It's disturbing hearing you say that.
Yeah, it's actually disturbing.
It's not. It wasn't disturbing when she said.
I
She's
didn't
the
think it
slave
was.
master.
I didn't laugh when
What are
she
you
said
doing,
Seneca. I didn't
Seneca?
laugh
What are
at
you
it.
I'm just saying we should
There's
normalize
Rima.
and laugh
Open
about
your ears,
this.
Just realize what you're saying is also very moving. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't laugh at it, and I don't think most people in the room did laugh at it, to be honest with you.
I laughed at it because it made me think of my story.
I got it, serendipity.
Yeah, but your story is not the same.
Are you talking
You know,
about me?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, they are.
Hell yeah.
That's so funny. I
My
think
favorite slave master.
Seneca, first of all, I think you came in late, and I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you came in late. But serendipity, you were there the entire time. When I told that story, you were from the beginning. Is that what you got from what Seneca is saying? Is that what you got from what I did? No, I equated it to the story where I kind of did the same thing to my husband because he slapped me in the ass really hard and it hurt, and I reacted. No, I just think that it's so interesting saying, oh, I think that it's funny that you laughed psychotically and all this other thing. First of all, it was not like that at all, okay? And the only reason that I'm doing this is obviously to defend myself because now you're running your mouth with all these other people, which is just that psychotic, okay? So, okay, listen, hold on. No, listen. First of all, the story that I said, and it's so funny because I prefaced this before Seneca came in the room. I said this before I said that story. I said that it's so funny. I'm going to be vulnerable and I'm going to give you a very sensitive part of my life. Did I not say that? Did I say that it's so difficult because you want to share things, but sometimes people want to, and they're going to take things and they're going to misconstrue, and that's exactly what Seneca did. So I just want to first validate that that's absolutely true. If people aren't there to get the whole story and truly understand the full context of whatever is going to happen, people like Seneca are going to take these bits and they're going to run around and pretend like you're psychotic and all these other things. I've never hit a person. I've never hit any person ever in my entire life, ever, not once, okay? Hold on. Listen, I don't give a shit what you think, okay? Because at this point, like, you're just, I don't even know what to think. I'm just, no. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to take a breath. I think that it doesn't matter what you think. All I know is my truth. And what my truth is that I'm madly and have always been madly in love with one man, okay? Just one man.
That's love, hitting a man like that.
And don't try to take my story and weaponize it, or I mean, like, you can if you want to, and then be more careful. Okay, that's fine, and you could do that, and you absolutely, you get to do whatever you want to do, and then I just have to make sure that when I move and I tell my stories, I know who to tell them around and who not to, because people are going to either be honest or not honest. So my story is that I've been with, no, that's just the truth, I've been with a man who I've been madly in love with, begging for whatever, just to have a life with me for 8 years, and what was it? The poll was, is it sometimes easier? Is it easier to let go or to hold on? And I've been in a position, getting later on in my years of life, as a woman, losing my time and, the biological clock ticking. Do I stay with the man that I'm madly in love with and risk never being able to have the things that I want to have with this man, a child and a life? Do I hold on and I let the pain just kill me for the rest of my life, having to constantly look back on that? Or do I let him go? And do I leave him and say, okay, I'm done? The point was I couldn't, at that point, this story that I gave was a moment of me in a whirlwind of a power and a buildup of 7 to 8, because it was last year, of 7 years okay, of the pain of fighting for a family with a man, and to sit there and yes, I lost it. It wasn't domestic violence, like I was wanting to hit him and abuse him, and this is like that. No, it wasn't. It was a woman who was physically and cellularly being killed internally. I was dying.
So you're
last year. Last year, hold on. You could say that all you want, Seneca. Like, I don't listen. You could say that all. I don't care what you have to say. I don't respect anything you have to say on this topic, and you and I both know why. Okay, but the idea is that cellularly, I was dying. I have been dying inside. No, listen. You could say that all you want, and you could laugh about it. Like, I don't care what you have to say, but I was in such a sick place last year that my body, I was shutting down, and I've been absolutely sick. I was not, there's other things that I'd like to be honest and share, but I obviously you both are not able to. Many
so why
people,
did you just leave the relationship?
and that was the whole point of the poll, Seneca. Is it harder? Is it easier to fucking let go or to hold on? That was the whole point of it. And then the third option was to punch somebody, and that was my point. It's not easier to let go, and it's not easier to hold on. They were both the same, and I didn't know what to do. And in a moment of passion, in a moment of pain, just being caught up in a pain and thinking that it's some game. That's how I ended up reacting. Okay, I wasn't proud of it. I don't go around and talk about it and think that it's funny. Okay, you fucking bitch. You're a fucking asshole, Seneca.
You're being an asshole now.
Fuck you, MK. Fuck you. This guy's over here running his fucking mouth about some shit he doesn't know. A moment that it was actually very vulnerable, but fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Give me a second. Mark, shut the fuck up. Stay the fuck out of it.
Like I said in the chat, I imagine an emotional outburst of a woman. I mean, how many times? Think. How many times can you imagine this? Do you see it in movies? Do you see it with people that are going through something intense?
Where men get killed.
An emotional moment of a woman pounding on her partner's chest in frustration because she doesn't know what to do.
In tears.
And he's embracing her. He's hugging her. He's letting her do it to work out her frustration. Not like she's clocking him in the jaw, like bam, 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 I'm gonna knock you out. Not like this abusive outrage, but like just this complete and total source of frustration and him letting her work it out. Like,
so
I guarantee you, if you asked Bima's partner if she ever hit him or abused him, he would categorically say no.
You guarantee that?
I guarantee
you were there?
I guarantee it.
You were there? Because you want to
I
offend a woman.
I just know Bima.
That's funny. I was gonna say that same exact thing. Because also he knew. He understood what's been going on, because do you know what? He didn't react in a way that was angry and violent back. Do you know how he reacted? Embracing me, telling how it's gonna change. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna be better. It's not gonna be like this forever. And then I sat there and I cried and blah 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 blah. But go ahead and this is just great testament. You have to be careful who you tell your stories around. Thank you, Senator.
Yeah, don't be a man and tell me about
Deflect.
And you're a white woman.
What does it have to do with being black or white? What's wrong with you? What does it have to do with being black or white?
Because we have a history of slavery in our country, that's why.
Oh my God, you're fucking okay. That's crazy.
Only a woman can get away with such.
Exactly. You imagine saying, "Oh, it was a moment of passion, and I just wanted to be embraced as a man."
It happens all the time.
I love you.
Sorry. Clearly, you don't understand the dynamic of love. Not being in love, I can understand.
You're fucking delusional if you think that's love.
Why weren't you frustrated with him? I didn't get to hear the story, so I'm only.
I hope you're never in that position, Seneca.
I would never be, because I would walk away. I wouldn't hit somebody. Because I'm not getting my way.
So how's everyone doing? Coming to bed time?
So simple. Simple-minded men will say simple things.
Serendipity, I'm going to message you later. I just wanted to find out about that thing you researched for me.
Okay,
I
yeah.
take their opinion. I take
Yeah.
it's wrong.
If you could too, because there were basically like 3 categories that I found. If you could send me the name of which one she's on, I'll
I'll
let
actually
you
put it
know.
in the chat in a minute. I'll put it in the chat in a minute, actually.
Okay.
What a morning.
Yes.
Now, serendipity.
So, still, talking about domestic violence, or do you want to just chill?
Yeah, real quick. Just a quick little story. One of my buddies got charged with domestic violence, and I went to go to his court hearing, and I knew that the woman that was filing charges against him also had a history of accusing other men of either harassment, sexual assault, or domestic violence, right? So when I went to court, I thought they were going to bring up her history, but they didn't. That would have helped him. But anyway, he lost the kid.
Just because you've fabricated stuff in the past does not mean that something horrific can't happen to you in the future. And you can laugh at me all you want, Seneca.
No,
And I'm not excusing. I'm not
woman
excusing.
at all costs.
I'm not
no matter what
excusing.
she does.
And that is true for a man
Even if
or
she
a
kills a
woman.
man, you protect her.
No, because that's murder.
No, it's not murder when she does it.
Okay. Are you
Somebody
just
said that
like
sentence.
just whataboutisms all
Yeah.
day? Do you want me to just hold your hand? And I will hold your hand and tell you
The length
your
to which you
experiences are
defend
valid and
domestic
true,
violence
and that's.
from a woman is disgusting.
It is disgusting, ain't it?
I'm sorry.
You want me
What
to
did you
repeat
say?
it? I said the
Yes,
length
I would
to
like for
which
you to repeat it.
defend domestic violence from a woman is disgusting.
How am I?
You want me to say it again?
Yes, I would like for you
The
to say it
length
again, and I would like for
which
you to
you
expound
defend
on that.
domestic violence from
And
a
expound
woman
on
is
it.
disgusting.
Continue. And continue. Expound.
Yeah, I said it.
No, expound on that. You also said 10 minutes ago that you would beat a woman
To the pole. To the
You would kill a woman
To the
if she
pole.
hit you.
If she
Kill.
ever
You
did
said
something
kill.
I
So
wish
you,
you would.
sir,
I
would
wish
say,
you would.
you admitted that you
I
would
admitted
murder
that
a
today.
woman.
I said it. You
A
want me to say it?
murder a woman.
You want me to say it?
Hello?
I would beat her to the pole.
Hello?
You took a phone to my head.
Okay?
Try me.
You said you would murder
Don't try
her.
Jesus. Try me.
Murder. A
Never
woman.
put murder, but I did hear him say beat her to a pulp.
I would beat her to the pulp. I'll say it again.
Beat
You
her
want
to
me to
the
say it
pulp.
again?
Equate to murder. Hello?
Nobody should laugh about a woman beating up a man in domestic violence.
No one
Nobody.
is laughing about anyone
Yeah.
hardly
Right.
laughing.
Shame
Yeah, and now you're saying to a
The
woman.
fuck? Now
Coulda,
you
woulda,
would
what they
murder
did.
a
Beat a
woman.
woman to a
If
pulp.
you could
Coulda, woulda, what they did.
You would beat her to the pulp. That
Okay.
means you would kill her or leave her so
I would
disfigured
beat her
that
to
she
the
could
pulp.
not
Yes,
live a
ma'am.
normal life.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hold on a minute. I just want to take a poll really quick in the room. I'm gonna go one by one. Derisive. If a woman came at you and swung something at you and you needed to defend yourself, would you defend yourself to the point of killing her?
No, it depends on the opportunity capability.
Hello?
You're not derisive.
If she needs opportunity capability,
I'll get to you, MK.
Mark.
I will get to you, MK.
Oh my god.
Derisive.
Yeah. First, can we all take a breath in this room? It's like early in the morning.
Don't let
It's very
someone
early.
knock it out.
It's very early. That's why I'm trying to do this poll.
Okay. And everyone else who's not me right now, mute up, please.
Correct.
You as a
Mute
man,
up. If you're not derisive, go on mute.
Okay.
Derisive.
Okay. In that situation, my aim would be to simply immobilize her so she cannot continue to attack me.
Okay. Thank you for your answer. Just because I'm going to work my way up from reverse PTR order. El Normo, if a woman comes at you and hits you, let's just say for argument's sake, she's got a brick in her hand. You need to stop her. to go at her with the intention of killing her?
No,
It's a
I
brick,
mean,
not a gun.
no, I'm just going to take the brick out of her hands and burn her hands.
Okay, perfect.
Not that complicated.
BB, did you hear the question?
If she's attacking me with a brick,
Yeah.
everybody says they're gonna take the brick out of her hand, but it's not that easy. So I would kick her in the knee and break her leg,
Okay.
and then grab the brick.
Okay. But you wouldn't aim to kill her.
No,
That's
just
the
close
part
to
of
death, but not so she wouldn't want to do it again.
But what if you're eating? You're eating. You don't know if she comes from behind you and hits you with the brick one hit.
Then I'm gonna hit her. Well, I don't know.
That's not part of the equation, MK. Be quiet. We'll see.
So what? Like,
Wait. Hold on. I'm just trying to get a vibe for the men in the room. We'll see. If a woman comes at you and she's threatening you in any manner in a physical way, are you willing to defend yourself to the point of killing her? Do you want to kill her?
Absolutely not. I'd just probably destroy the top of her hands.
Okay. All right. Frank, now it's your turn to answer this question. Yes, no, maybe so. All this time. You gonna kill her?
Oh, no. I'm not gonna kill her. I'm just gonna take the brick out of her hand,
Okay.
knock her down, and walk away.
Okay. All right.
I'm call, if I have the opportunity to call the police, I'm going to do that right away. So that we can pick him up, treat her fuck up, and take her to jail. That's all.
Perfect. Thank you. Naveen.
wait, can I know who the lady is?
I would not even, probably even touch her. If she's just me, I would call someone and try to, get assistance that way. I wouldn't try to hurt her or do anything that way. Probably had some mental issue.
All right. MK, what are you doing if a woman comes at you with everything she's got?
Well, it depends on the situation. I think if it's a brick, I'll just run away. Just run. I'm a good gunner. I'll run away.
Okay. Seneca, would you like to tell the room what you would do if a woman came at you?
Beat her ass to the pulp. Yes, and I'll say it again if you need me to. Beat
Yeah.
her ass to the pulp.
Up to and including death if necessary.
No, you can include anything you want to and make it worse than it sounds. You don't really need to do that. Okay, I said I would beat her to the pulp.
Okay.
That's what I said. If you want to include that, then make it simple and so that you can get this empathy
I mean, in all Seneca, you're accusing Bima. In all fairness, Seneca.
But I would beat her to the pulp.
Okay, and in all fairness, you're accusing Bima of being abusive.
Yeah, because you want to protect an abusive woman because she's a woman.
I'm not. I don't want to protect.
And that's why you're twisting the story. Would you kill her? Would you slice her? Or
you said you would kill her. You said I would.
Nobody said you would kill her.
Nobody called it until she was dead.
What if this
You
was a
said
repeat
that.
thing?
I would beat her.
Nobody put those words in your mouth.
What if this was a repeat
That's
thing?
exactly what you did, trying to be facetious and twist the narrative to make the woman like
Seneca.
Please, I'll beat her to the pulp. I'll say.
Okay, we got it, Seneca. What if this was a repeat thing?
It would not be a repeat thing.
No, I'm asking you serendipity. No, your name's not serendipity.
Oh yeah.
What if it's a repeat thing, serendipity? Like you're in a relationship and she keeps trying to beat you.
Correct.
And then the camel's like, it's like enough's enough.
Here's the thing. I don't think any person should hit any person. I taught my daughter, you don't hit a man because you know what? When you hit a man, you step into a man's shoes. No one is Seneca, saying that. Seneca, don't put words into my mouth. I just sat here and told this entire room full of people. I taught my daughter, you don't ever hit a man because when you do, you step into a man's shoes, and there's a good likelihood that you could get hit, and they're gonna hit harder, and you're gonna fall harder. Okay, like I don't condone, but
But in the back channels, you told me that you wouldn't beat Seneca if you had the choice, like the chance.
I would even beat Seneca, not even right now. But the situation that she explained was not her partner in an aggressive, abusive manner. Emotional outburst, one in which he embraced her, and yes, she pounded on his chest, but not in a "I'm going to beat the ever-loving motherfucking shit out of you."
So a man had
Were you there?
emotional outburst?
You were there?
I listened to her tell the story,
So
Seneca. I listened to her tell the story.
But that sounds like passion.
Did you see what happened? Did you see her like?
You just want to protect a woman so bad. I get it. She's a woman. You want to protect a woman.
No, but I'm going on the same
process.
Do you think it's okay for women to take a brick to a man's head?
No, of course I don't.
What's going on in here? What's going on?
I was trying to
It's
use a rage spade.
Seneca,
The reason I used that example was I was intentionally trying to go to the extreme of this isn't just an emotional situation. Let's just say this woman is truly violent. Like, how would you respond to her? That was for your benefit, not
to my benefit to suggest that I wouldn't kill a woman?
No, it's Seneca. Do you think women can get away with more? Do you think women are allowed to do more things than men?
Yes, obviously. That's obvious. That's obvious.
Yeah. Well, it's not obvious.
Women.
No, it's totally obvious. Like, court records indicate this. Women get lesser sentences for the same crimes. They're oftentimes lesser charged. Yeah, women get away with shit. It's universally true. Facts.
I agree. I think they should be
They're also
allowed.
easy to beat up. You know what I mean? They're not. It's not.
Not really.
Thank you.
Particularly
We're easy to beat up, bro. We're easy to beat up.
Sorry, even the most average man.
I'm so little, you could beat me.
The weakest man is a threat to the average.
So serendipity, I have a question. So if the person attacks you with a weapon, right, woman or man, right, and you shoot them, isn't it kind of the same thing? You say, hey, I shot to kill, but I felt like I was going to be killed in that manner. Wouldn't that situation be different? The same as this, right? You feel like you're going to be severely injured or potentially killed, so you shot to kill. Stand your ground law, right? So isn't that kind of, in a way, the same thing? It doesn't matter if it's a man or woman. If someone's attacking you, you feel like you're going to be injured, you can defend yourself, right? You have a right to defend.
correct.
So if you end up killing the person, that's right.
I guess, like I said, the point was Bima shared an emotional story. We had a poll. One of the options was punch them. She chose punch them. She shared an emotional story. It was in the context in which she shared it. Seneca took some of the information and now he's choosing to run around telling everybody that we all protect women abusers. And, you know, it's funny when women abuse men, but it's not funny when men abuse women. And he's, you know, to make his point, he started, you know, yeah, man, I jacked that bitch in the jaw, and it's funny, right? Everybody laughed. Like, this was Seneca's whole premise behind how all of this started.
And just to add to that,
misinterpreted. He completely took out of context the story that Bima shared, because the story that Bima shared.
and just to add extra context, the poll was,
when you're hurt.
When you're hurt, is it easier to hold on or let go or punch somebody? Okay, the point was, you know, grief, pain, right?
Yeah. And so
it's easier to take a person to the head because you can always accuse
why are
them
you
for
saying
wanting to kill
taking
you.
a brick to the head? Why are you
Because
saying
that's what
those
serendipity
things?
said, you know.
No, I'm asking you why you're saying that. Why you're saying that after you're coming here talking about me being abusive, like conflating.
I think we all agree on one
I used
thing.
the example of a woman being like in opposition to what I think Bima did.
If she had,
I used the example of a woman being extremely aggressive for the sake of seeing, like, if you really believe this woman is coming for you,
and you compared that to killing her, which is insane.
I did not compare that to killing. I said, if
you don't want to just
I wanted to
let her
wiggle.
get
You okay? Wait. Melissa, hold on. Seneca, I wanted to stack the deck in your favor to say this isn't just some woman having an emotional outburst. This is a woman
In my
who's
favor,
angry.
by
She's coming
suggesting I
to
would kill her.
I didn't suggest
said
you would.
that I wanted
You
to kill
said.
her.
What's going on? You
That's
said
a lie.
you would kill her.
You tried
You're
to
the
lie
one that said
I
that,
would kill her.
Seneca.
No, you said it. You're lying.
You said it. Oh my God, Melissa. Did you hear him say yes? If that's what it, he said, if beating her to the pulp means killing her, then kill her.
Everybody was here.
That's what the fuck you said.
Can I have
I'll say it again. I would beat her to the pulp. I would beat her to the pulp. I would beat her to the pulp.
And what exactly do
I'm
you
not
mean by
ashamed of
that?
that. I
Is
would
that
beat her to
equated
the
to death?
pulp.
Pulp is dead.
Hello?
Can I ask what this retard
Can we
convention
define
is?
pulp?
I do want to say one thing.
Princess,
I want to
can
say
I
one
ask
thing. Because I've been listening to this a while. All right, you go ahead now, then I'll go.
No, give Mike the mic.
Sorry, go on,
Give
Mike.
Mike the mic. He's gonna be the voice of reason here. Clean this up.
Okay, so I've been listening to this, and here's what I think is being missed. When someone's being attacked and they feel like their life is being threatened or something like that, especially when they feel like it's being threatened, they have a right and obligation to eliminate the threat. What I'm hearing is the difference between eliminating a threat and then continuing perhaps to keep going after you've eliminated the threat. So in the case of a gun, if you're using it to eliminate a threat, you might just kill them immediately when you shoot them. That just might be the case. And if you shoot somebody, you should be willing to kill them. That's true. However, if somebody's coming at you with fists or something, even a weapon that's not particularly deadly, but not, it helps to make it more painful to be hit, and you eliminate the threat in that you get them on the ground, you hit them, you knock them out, you do something to stop the attack, that's enough for most men to imagine this scenario with this woman. That's what would occur, right? I personally would try to grab her and hold her and keep her from doing anything rather than even punching her personally. Like I would literally leap on her, wrap my arms around her, wrap my legs around her, and throw her to the fucking ground and just hold her there to keep her from touching me, right? I wouldn't necessarily punch her in the face or anything. But the idea that you would say, well, if someone did that to me, I would punch back, and I would continue punching until they were a bloody fucking pulp mess. That's on eliminating the threat. That's basically taking your defensive and making it offensive, particularly because you could be angry or because you're in the moment. And the suggestion that I would do that, and that's what Seneca did say, that's what makes it icky to describe in the way that he described it. Whether or not he ends up killing her, the idea that he says, I would do more than just stop the assault. I would continue beating the shit out of her until she was a bloody fucking mess, is the problem with what he said.
Yes, and I would beat her to the pulp. Absolutely. So she's a bloody fucking mess.
All right, we all get it. Yeah, perfect. Can we move the fuck on? That was great, Mike.
Let's get on to a new subject.
It was great, Mike.
This is kind of
In most places, you're right.
Did I describe it? Did you think I described it, Bima? What I was saying?
I think you did an excellent job. It's 100%, and I always appear your rationality. I don't think just for the sake, it isn't okay to ever hit somebody. I truly do believe that was a moment of weakness on my part. It was, I had mentioned I was vulnerable about that. If I could, I've talked to my love about, I had imagined gotten together. I couldn't even imagine saying a me to him for the longest time. If I could have known or even try to manage myself in a better way, I 110% would take that and take every word that I've ever said to him in anything. I wouldn't even want to talk that, let alone losing myself in a moment of passion. But I think that there's, they talk about passions of crime. And I feel like in that moment, that was definitely where I was. It was like you weren't, and it's not a good place. And I hope that nobody ever has to be in that. It's when, you really do, you feel, I mean, I don't think I would have ever gotten to that point because obviously I love him so much. I would want to hurt him, but I was just so sad, you know. And it wasn't just this relationship. There was a lot of things going on in my life at that point. You know, like I managed hospice, right, of my parents dying, my grandmother dying, him coming in and going. There was a lot. I lost, you know, my best friend all in a very short period, and it was after that. And yeah, I managed myself illy. I'm not proud of it. I shared that story. I regret that. I know who I can and can't share stories with now, and you know, I learned my lesson. But I don't think that women should ever. I don't believe that there's any justification in women ever hitting men.
So, my best friend in the whole world is a Hulk of a man, is Adam, and he's an FBI agent, and he's 6'4". And his wife, I'm almost done. Let me finish the story because it's relative to what she was saying. His wife was bipolar, and she was a Fruit Loop, and we all knew it. We went on a rafting trip, and she lost her shit on him in front of all of us, and punched him in the face, and started beating the shit out of him as hard as she could. Like, literally throwing fists at his chest as hard as she could after she hit him in the face. And he grabbed her, wrapped his entire body around her, dropped to the fucking ground, and held her for like 30 minutes until she calmed down, rather than punching her and knocking her the fuck out. And that's how I would hope any man who is secure in his masculinity would react to a situation like that.
I'm very insecure on beating her to the pulp.
Here's my question here. I think Seneca is just going to a bit extreme, and I totally understand what you mean, Bima. But just from like a legal standpoint of view, do men get to use the same excuse? And I'm not saying that you're using that as an excuse, but as a man in a scenario of domestic violence, you know, it's like you would touch someone like you beat somebody, and that someone could be a man or a woman. Can we get to use that?
Yeah, I
think Florida, it wouldn't matter if he called 911, and they could prove that you had been hitting him, you would have been arrested right then and there. And there's a girl that loves to go around talking about a gentleman I know that lives in Florida that he hurt her, and she had to. So I said, "Oh, the police should have shown. If it was domestic violence, that's the law." And she's like, no, the police never showed up. I said, okay, then what did you actually go to the hospital? It shut her down in a heartbeat, because this guy, I know him fairly well. He only lives south of me. And I'm like, stop making up stories and running around an app and trying to discredit somebody's, you know, image. Not cool. I know the laws in Florida. I've been married to a cop for 25 years. Somebody would have gotten arrested.
Exactly the point I was making. That was an assault, regardless of how you look at it. And I get it's like a passionate moment, whatever it was. If the cops got called and they got in there, that's just an assault.
Exactly. Thank you, brother.
I mean, look, in basically every state, you're allowed a reasonable, proportional response to defend yourself. But this, like, beat someone to a pulp thing, if we're to assume that means beat them beyond what's minimally necessary to defend yourself, then, yeah, both parties are going to jail.
Your hands to yourself. I'm pretty sure your Sunday school teachers taught you that, along with your preschool teachers, your kindergarten teachers. Keep your hands to yourself.
This has been a feisty fucking morning, I must tell you.
It's been fun, right?
I was getting a crown done, and I was listening to everybody kick each other's asses, and then I had a grinding drill in my fucking head at the same time. It was really fun.
Oh no, you're
I'd say my blood pressure was quite high. I was wearing my headphones listening to this shit when I was getting my fucking mouth drilled. It was quite the experience.
You were awake? Oh no.
Oh yeah.
So listening to Clubhouse,
I can't do that awake.
Like, I
was listening to Clubhouse and I noticed my hand was gripping my leg so hard that I was like losing circulation in my fucking thigh, and I was like, oh yeah.
think my blood pressure might be elevated.
Oh my
now.
Bad decisions were made. That was one of them.
I'm glad you made it through, man, without an ear infection.
This was a lot.
Good morning, Dad.
Good morning, Marquise. How are you?
I'm good.
Are we done talking about people beating each other up?
Everybody's waking up and I'm trying to go to sleep. So hey, you know what? That was a real interesting conversation, guys. Appreciate it.
Serendipity, I posted that stuff. Did you see it? I don't know if you missed it.
Oh no, I didn't.
You may have to scroll up a little bit in the chat.
All right, I'll look for it.
Just go up. You'll find it.
I found it.
Omphazine, and then it says Intuniv is the brand name for the generic drug of Omphazine.
Okay.
I'll put something in there.
All right.
I have a question. About voting real quick. Do you want I live in New York City, and so I just got this little application thing, or like a QR code I'm saying they could put on your wallet. Is that safe to put your election, your candidate, whatever the thing, election thing on your wallet and your iPhone? Has anyone done
Like
that?
your registration, like your voter registration card?
That thing. That thing.
Your wallet is extremely secure on your phone in general.
Okay.
It's tied to the actual chip of the phone itself, and it cannot be hacked.
Okay, that's what I was wondering about.
I'd be careful about saying the words cannot be hacked basically ever. But
that's true.
It will not be hacked.
It's remarkably safe. Yeah, and you as a target are probably significantly lower value than the folks who can accomplish that sort of exploit.
Perfect. Well, that's what I wanted to hear.
Hold on, Mike. Just to be fair, right? And I've done this before for tickets for airlines and stuff like that. When you put things in your wallet on your phone and you screenshot the code and you could text it to someone. I've done it before because I was traveling with someone and I just added because I booked it on one ticket and then I screenshot it, sent it. That person can essentially scan that code for you and can just go in and you're good to go unless you have to show a secondary form of ID. So while it's secure from hackers, it doesn't prevent you from giving your code to someone else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's like saying if you have a really nice lock on your front door and a really great alarm system and then you leave it all unlocked and turned off, someone can break into your...
No. So the mentality is this, right? When you walk in to vote, you actually go in and you show your ID. There's a verification that it's you, right? There's an ID, there's all this stuff. If I wanted you to vote for me in proxy, I could send you that. If that's the only form of verification, then there's no way to know if that person actually.
I don't know this for a fact, but I believe it's not just about the picture that's actually in there. There's an NFC attached to it that you would scan. That's how the wallet works. Yes, you're correct, Naveen, that if you're just suggesting that you can show the picture on your phone and that's all the ID you need, that could be problematic. My guess is there's going to be some kind of scanner that you would do where the NFC communicates the code, much like the debit cards work in the phone. I imagine that's how it works. That's certainly how the digital driver's license works that goes on the wallet these days in many states. So there's more to it than just the actual photograph sitting in the wallet. It's actually the NFC code that's tied to it that's locked within the chip in the phone itself that cannot be hacked. So,
but if she's saying it's a QR code, it's not relying on NFC. It's totally optical. In which case, the screenshot would replicate the credential. If it's a QR code, then it's not.
Yeah, it's a little QR.
If that's the only layer of security, then that's a bit of a problem.
Well, why is Zero screenshotting her voter registration and texting it to people?
It'd be accidental, you know? You would never accidentally screenshot your homepage or anything.
Well,
Sometimes
to send it to someone is another, one. Yes.
Have you ever? Liberty, have you ever seen those memes of when you drop water on your cell phone going crazy and texting your mom, go fuck yourself and all that?
Okay, literally, one time I was washing dishes while I was in a Teams meeting, and a drop of water went on the turn the camera on button. And so then all of a sudden, I'm washing dishes in a bra, and then it was like, my screen turned on for a minute. I was like, oh, fuck, and I just like chucked my phone in that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was bad.
Welcome back, Monica.
So, Mike, I cut off for a minute, but what I was trying to say is it depends on how the technology is implemented. If it's like one of those tap things, you're right, it uses NFC. If it's just a barcode scanner, like you do for your airline ticket, where they basically just scan your barcode, then it's not. I mean, it's secure from hackers, but it's not really like identifying that it's you. If it's an NFC, you tap it, right? The probability.
Wait, the scan the barcode takes. Hang on, but the scan the barcode. The reason you're allowed to do that is it takes place at the gate. You've already been pre-qualified by showing your ID at the security points. It's not. You're not. It's not the only way you're getting on an airplane.
Yeah, but your security. Yeah, but hold on. Your security. When you go through security, you realize you're not showing your ticket to TSA. You're scanning your ticket, right? But
and they have a picture of you that pops up, and they stare at your face, and they stare at the picture.
But you can. I mean, I've done this before, and I've given someone their ticket, and I've had their ticket on mine, and I've scanned. They've gone through TSA. I just said, "Oh, that's that person's ticket over there." They say, "Okay." They just care about your ID. Hey, who's the person coming?
So
right?
there's.
I don't know what you're saying. You're suggesting you've gone through TSA security with somebody else's ID before?
No. ID you show, but you don't have to necessarily show your ticket. That's what I'm saying. When you go through TSA security,
yes, you do.
You do.
You have to show a ticket and an ID.
You show your ticket to validate that you have a ticket. You can't even enter the security checkpoint without validating that you have.
You definitely show your ticket and your ID.
You can't just say like they have a Bojangles in the terminal and I want to go for breakfast. You have to prove that you have a valid issued ticket.
Okay.
To go through security. So, but there is this thing called shoulder surfing, right? This is a term in information security, right? So let's say hypothetically you double click your lock button and your ticket pops up and the QR code is on full display for anyone around you. There was actually a guy recently who made the news who had come through security on a ticket, missed his flight, and was still attempting to make it onto the plane. And what he did was he did what's called surfing. He took a physical copy of, he took a photo of someone's boarding pass that they were in the boarding area and actually boarded the plane QR code, because the ticket counter agent is not going to validate your ID 9.5 times out of 10. But Mike's right insofar as if you're within the secure area beyond TSA, TSA has validated that you have a valid ticket and it belongs to you, and it's related to the ID that you show to cross the.
Well, okay. All right. Anyway, I think it depends if you're pre-check or not, because I'm just even looking at it online. It says non-travelers. Many airports allow non-ticketed visitors to pass through security to go to the gate. According to various sites, that's what it's citing. It says you may need to apply for a special gate pass from the airline. Usually TSA pre-check and global entry customers have it. So maybe that's why when I go to the TSA pre-check people or whatever, when I go through it, I just give them my ticket. They say, no, I don't need it. Just give me your ID. And then I scan the ID and I just walk through. But anyway, the point I was getting at is that none of these places are using the tap technology that you would use when you're paying something, which is what Mike was saying, the NFC. They're just scanning a barcode.
Yeah, an optical code,
Right, so the point I'm getting at is that, if you're doing voting and you're saying, hey, I'm going to tap this for my NFC, you're fine. The point I was getting at is if they're just using the barcode scan, I can send Mike mine and say, hey, Mike, go in and vote and they wouldn't know if it's truly me or not unless they have that second layer where they say, all right, now show me your ID, right? And if they did that, then that's cool. Then that just makes it a little easier, and it makes sure that it's a great process because it means that you're actually a truly registered voter. But if it's just one of these things where, okay, we're trying to make it easy, we're just going to scan people as they come in, then you could have people who go, hey, you know what, I'll just give my, and I'm telling you, like, there are people who will say, like, hey, I don't want to vote, but I registered or I can't make it today. Vote for it. There are people who do that. Say, like, hey, go for me. And I'm telling you, I've heard people even, I'm not going to say who, but there's people I know who are on different visas who said, oh, if I could vote, if I could get a chance to vote, I would, but I can't. You give them a chance, they'll do it. There's people who start selling those. I'm just telling you. But if it's NFC, which I hope it is, then it's probably one of the most secure things. Now, yeah, there's a chance you give your phone to someone, but what's the probability of that? So, you know what I mean? But, and there's less likely for that. Plus, your phone has all your personal information in it. So, you know, you'd have to report a stolen phone for it to not be used. So, but if it's, again, the barcode scanner, then, you know, I don't think it's that good of a technology. That's
Yeah, QR codes are notoriously insecure. It's a bad idea. Just like if you found a USB flash drive in a parking lot, I would highly recommend not just plugging it into a computer. The same goes for an errand QR code. If you're sitting in a bathroom stall in an airport and you see a QR code sticker on the wall, I'd highly recommend not scanning it because QR codes can actually execute all manner of things on a device, and it's bad. And with the proclivity of QR code menus post-COVID, it's become normalized. People have a high trust factor with QR codes that they really don't deserve.
actually NFC recognition ID, through the me.gov is probably one of the most secure things. I use it all the time. A lot of the bases I visit, and it's pretty cool. And it's a really cool tool. I think IRS now uses it for your taxes. I don't know if people have had that, but they basically do a facial scan and, they know who, that would be an incredible tool because you come in, you just scan and it's you and you go do what you need to do. You don't really have to sign anything. It's quick and it can be done very, very quickly. I think that's one of the best technologies they have. It's just that people don't want to give their face data to the federal government or to the state government. So, but I do think it's an incredibly secure technology. Like they do the eye scan, everything. It's really cool.
It's great for payments too. So like if you use Apple Pay and use NFC to pay with your debit card, it generates a unique token, and that unique token is one time use. So you can have that token and try to reutilize it. It's already been utilized. It's no good. This becomes a real problem if you're a serial returner, as I am. If you make an NFC payment at like Best Buy and then you lose and you want because it's a unique one-time code and you can't reference it back to yourself like you could with a debit or a swipe.
But isn't that why you link it to a credit card, right? So like I do a tap for my TD Bank credit card, right? And so now it's a charge on my credit card, so it can be referenced back to the credit card number rather than the NFC.
Oh my, it got quiet.
Oh, I thought I was in the Matrix. That's why I couldn't hear anyone.
Serendipity, are you there?
I am.
Would you like to talk a little bit more about how I want to kill people? That might
Samantha, no. I don't think you want to kill people. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking up recipes. Like, I don't know why my Facebook feed only has recipes on it anymore, but these they're garlic parmesan cheeseburger pops. They're like little sliders. They look so delicious.
Seneca,
Yes.
you know I don't think that you want to go around killing people, right?
But you tried to convince the room I did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, just because you say it in a soft voice doesn't mean.
Can I tell you something? I was not trying to make the room think that you wanted to go around killing people. When I gave the example, I was trying to make the impact that this wasn't just a woman having an emotional outburst, that this was like a truly aggressive, wanted to do harm to you woman. And I wanted to know what the response was.
Wasn't the initial scenario though that a cell phone is thrown at someone's head?
No, it was
It was Seneca's.
It was a brick.
Oh, it was a brick.
I used brick. I used brick, but Seneca's initial example was yes, if she clocked me upside the head with a cell phone.
No, not a cell phone, a landline phone, the rotary one.
Oh.
When you turn the remember those ones in the 80s?
Oh man, you had to go to the antique store to do it?
Yeah, the ones that you can turn, those ones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones you have to actually carry. It's like a little heavy. It's got a little weight to it. You have to actually carry
yeah, that's functionally a brick, you know?
Right.
That's a brick. Thank you. Functionally a brick. I like.
Yes.
I think the point of confusion came when Serendipity said something about like, is this on the table? And you said something somewhat vague about how like, if you want to put it on the table, you can put it on the table, or anything's on the table, something like that. I think that is the specific
I used
point.
the word beating to the pulp, and she conveniently, as the you would make an expert mayor or politician, she shifted it to killing. You know,
because
that's such a pro choice
Seneca,
move.
do you remember?
Pro-life.
No,
That's
listen
such
to
a
me,
pro-choice move.
Seneca. When you were having the conversation with Melissa, with Princess, she said, I mean, would you just diffuse the situation? And you said, no, I wouldn't just diffuse the situation. I would beat the bloody pulp out of her. And she said, what if you kill her? I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care. You
No,
said
I said I
that.
would beat her. I did not. I said I would beat her to the pulp. That's exactly what I said. And if you guys want to say I would kill her or I would kill a woman, go right ahead. It does not bother me. It does not shift my emotions not one bit. I see the manipulation from like 10 miles away.
Oh my God.
I don't even think you're 10 miles from me. I think maybe you're Sandy Spring or something, 20 miles. Okay, I see the manipulation from there. Yes.
I'm not trying to
yes,
be
I would beat her
manipulative.
to the pulp. If you want to say I would kill her, slice
You
her,
said
and
you
all
would
this
kill
stuff.
her. That was not my
No,
words.
Those were your words.
Those were not my words.
And I said pulp, and I repeated myself repeatedly.
You did. You
Yes,
did say
pulp,
pulp,
I
and you
pulp,
said if she
pulp,
dies,
pulp.
it's okay.
No, that's what you said.
I did not say that.
So nice try though. Nice try.
I did not say that, Seneca.
Nice try, nice Darbo there. I see it.
Seneca, what are you talking about?
Fortunately, I read a lot about these manipulations, and I read a lot about reframing. So I know what you're doing.
I'm using your words.
No.
Mike, were you in here? Did you hear him?
And you used kill. And and so you're trying to
You
complain someone was
used
killed.
that word.
That's
You were the first one to use that word.
I used pulp.
I heard. Listen, I think he said it. I heard him say it.
Yep.
But I don't know how to. There's no way to prove it, but I heard him say it.
Yes, you heard me say it because I'm a black man, and that's why you heard me say it. Yes, Mike, we know.
So now it's a race thing.
But it is a race thing.
Love that. I love it when it turns into a race thing.
You're so
Can you be a dipshit without being a black dipshit?
It's an attention thing. He's so happy that all the attention is on him, and all he has to do is do these
White
for
people
more
do.
attention.
They do this all the time.
Yeah,
You know, they do this all the time. But it doesn't bother me.
My
I'm used to it.
were offended at the
You're
way
trying
that
to
it was
conflate Paul.
Okay, prove it doesn't bother you by muting out them.
No, I will not. Just for you, I will not. Because you asked me to. I will not.
Yeah, because
I love that.
you found your audience here, your little retard aunt.
Yeah, you are my audience. You are my audience.
I never heard him say anything other than beating him to a pulp.
I've never heard him say anything valuable
over again.
That is the hardest things in my life. Even though she does not disagree with me, even though she affirmatively disagreed with me, she can still tell the truth and not be a racist.
And unlike everyone else, you clearly like the sound of your own voice.
I am disgusted by yours.
So, yeah, it's because my people have a superior intellect, so I imagine
there it is.
Similar.
Did I say racist? Did I say racist? There it is.
Well,
my people have a superior.
If the shoe fits.
Yeah, I'm the only black man on the stage, Monica. You might as well.
I love you, Seneca. Did you push him down? Don't push him down. Don't push Seneca down.
Yeah, Monica.
He said I could. Seneca, don't tempt Monica.
It's hilarious.
No, my mom never said she'd kill me or murder me, but she sure the hell did tell me that if I acted up again, she was going to beat me to a pulp.
Beth,
I don't know if your parents ever said that to you or not.
Beth, you always have great topics. I know you can pull one out right now. Let's start a new topic.
Will gay men go to heaven? That'll be a great topic.
Serendipity, I think you are a true Christian in the sense that, Jesus took upon himself to be with and provide support and community to the absolute most dejected in society, the people on the absolute fringes who have nothing to them and no wits, no means, no wherewithal. So you are a good person.
Yeah, thanks for supporting gay people.
Yeah, my thing is, when I was in the military, of all the gay people I knew, a bunch of them I knew got, busted because it was, don't ask, don't tell, but if they got caught, being homosexual, they got put in Leavenworth for sodomy. And they would do, 18 months in Leavenworth, for being gay. And to me, you're talking about people that are willing